What's up, you guys? Tank from the Republic, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this loadout stand. It features a wooden spike on the top where you can put a styrofoam head to display your helmet setup. It features a bar that you can use to display your plate carrier. It also has a nice area down here where you can put other stuff like got a belt, dump pouch, gloves, and it's also on a Lazy Susan, which means it spins. Let's jump right into it. Alrighty guys, so I've got all the supplies and tools that you're going to need to make your own loadout stand. So we'll start over here with your materials. First thing that you're going to need is a 1 foot by 1 foot by 5/8 inch piece of wood. You can use any sort of thickness. This is just what I had, and 12 by 12 is what you're going to want for your base. Alright, and then this is going to be like your main post. This is 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches by 22 inches tall. That's a good height that I found for different plate carriers to hang nice and still have that space at the bottom. And then your arm is going to be 1.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch by a foot, just to match your base so it looks good. And then your little wooden spike on the top, which is what your styrofoam head's going to go on. I guess I could have included that too as well if you wanted to do that. That's optional. This is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. Okay. And then as far as tools go, you're going to need a pencil to mark that wood. And to mark that wood with, you're going to need either a ruler or a tape measure. You're also going to need, let's see, we've got some 2-inch wood screws here, 2, 4, 6 2-inch wood screws. Okay, and then also you're going to need 2 of the smaller ones for when you're attaching your Lazy Susan. Is it 2, 1 1/8 inch wood screws. And then I forgot to mention the Lazy Susan. This is a 10-inch in diameter Lazy Susan. Other things, you're going to need a jigsaw or a handsaw, depending on what you have, with a wood blade if you have it. You're going to need a drill with a Phillips head. And then for pre-drilling, I've got a, 5 6/4 drill bit, which is good for these screws. So yeah, I'm going to move this stuff and then I'll start with the base and the main post. Alright, so let's jump into building the loadout stand. First thing you're going to do is you've already measured out your 12 by 12 by 5/8 inches of wood or whatever thickness you prefer. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your main post, which is 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches by 22, and you're going to flip it over. And then you're going to draw a little circle in the middle, take your pencil and go around the perimeter of your post. And then what you're going to do is line it up and then make sure once you get that, put it on the other side as well. You can just measure it there again. And then take one of your 2-inch wood screws, take your drill with the Phillips head, and then what you're going to do is pick a corner and slowly start to go through until just the tip pops out of your wood. And then after that, you're going to take your wood post and find where you think it's going to be centered after all the holes. Let's remember how I did mine. No, that doesn't look right. There we go. Right there. So stick it into a corner. You'll probably just be able to stab it, and then I would take it like this, put it against a hard surface, and then hold it while you drill in your screw. All the way in like that. And then just for mine, for more structural integrity, I am going to do the 4 screws. So once I get that done, I'll come back. Alrighty, so we're back. We got the 4 screws in the bottom here. One thing I forgot to mention is pre-drilling. It's up to you on when you want to, if you want to pre-drill or not. if you don't pre-drill, you take the risk of your wood cracking. Even with pre-drilling, your wood can still crack, but it just gives that space for it to go to, and also gives a path for the screw to go to, a definite path. So, all right, so the next thing is you're going to set this aside, and then you're going to take your arm and your wooden spike, which your wooden spike is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches, and this is what's going to go into the bottom of our mannequin head. And then you're going to take your, this is a 3/4 of an inch by 1.5 inches by a foot. And then this, you see it's just one screw here in the middle. Because what's going to happen is we're going to screw this one in, and then we're going to flip it over and put this onto the post and screw those in. So same thing, line up your mini post or your wooden spike. And then whenever I was doing it, I drew a line in the center of my the support, and that just helps me to get a definite center for putting the mini spike on there. And the same thing, just hold the spike while you screw it in. And then just like that, make sure it's straight. Mine's a little off. There we go. Just like that. And then you want to take your base and your main post again. And then it'll be a little hard to see, but I got 2 holes here on the top and 2 corresponding holes on the support. And put it on like that, and then go in at an angle. I'm going to have to redo mine just to make sure I line up the holes. But yeah, as soon as I get this done, I'll be back. Alrighty, so we have the arm here with the mini spike for the mannequin head on top, and you can even see mine. You can't see. Mine did crack a little bit. Well, it did a lot of it's from like here to here. Whenever I put it back in, I think I put it a little bit too tight, but that's alright. Disregard this hole. That was just because it was a piece of scrap wood that I used for the build. So then, last step, and second to last, I guess, you want to take your Lazy Susan, whatever diameter or whatever style you use. This is a cheap one that I got off Amazon. It was one of those like Amazon add-on items, and you can see mine's already almost cracked just because, well, quite frankly, I don't know why, but it did. But yeah, so what you're going to want to do is go on the bottom of your base and measure across for 10 inches. By the way, this is 12 inches and this is 10. Any of y'all that are good at math know that if you just subtract an inch on either side, you'll get to 10. So I think if you just want to flip this over, and once again align your holes, which y'all aren't going to have holes, but whenever you're done with pre-drilling, and that just cracked whenever I drilled it, so it sucks. But yeah, as soon as I get this done and on, I will get right back to you. Alrighty folks, so we have the Lazy Susan on here. I just want to show you the massive crack that it produces. It's cheap wood, so whenever I drilled into it and I didn't pre-drill because I wanted to be done, it just cracked. But yeah, you have your mini spike here on the top, and you take your mannequin head. You can buy them online, or I got mine at, I think, Hobby Lobby. Relatively inexpensive. Always check for coupons. You can get it for close to $5. But yeah, this video is dedicated to, I forgot. Alrighty, so I just finished putting on the Lazy Susan on the bottom. As you can see, it produces quite a big crack just because it's cheap wood, and whenever I did it the first time, I didn't pre-drill, and so I cracked it. Quick side note on this Lazy Susan, this bottom piece is only held in by a screw, and it always wants to come out of place just because of use. But then if you tighten it all the way, it won't revolve, so you have to like find a sweet spot between super tight and loose, but then it'll just get loose again. So it's relatively annoying. Maybe I should try to find a different Lazy Susan, but for the time being, that's that. And then your mannequin head on the top goes on the little spike. This video is dedicated to Milsurp Junkie 2003, if I could speak English. He requested this video, and so that's why I'm doing the tutorial for y'all. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Watch the video from Wednesday, which was preparing for Dagestan week 4. which had my entire loadout for the time being for Dagestan, so it's pretty cool. Full Russian loadout. So yeah, well, Russian. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. God bless, and we'll see you guys next time.